Do you know that the power of silence can transform your life? Today, we embark on a journey to explore the power of silence, to understand its significance in shaping our lives, and to discover how it can be a catalyst for profound change. We will delve into 6 specific situations where the practice of silence can be particularly transformative. These moments, often characterized by emotional turbulence or mental chaos, offer us unique opportunities to cultivate inner peace and wisdom. Lesson 1. In moments of anger. Anger is a strong emotion that can make us make bad decisions and do things we later wish they weren't done. In the heat of the moment, words can be like arrows. Once they're fired, they're gone forever. Buddha taught us that being angry is like holding a hot rock in your hand and planning to throw it at someone else. We get burned. In this wave, silence is a safe place to be. It's not about holding back anger. It's about making room between what caused the response and how it happened. Take a big breath. Pay attention to how your body feels. Don't judge yourself as you feel your anger rise. Remember that anger is only there for a short time, like a wave hitting the shore. During this break, knowledge starts to show itself. What is really important here? Is it to keep a friendship alive or to win an argument? Is it to make a point or to see things from the other person's point of view? Silence gives us a chance to think about what to say before we say it. We can find the way to kindness and understanding in this silence. Mindfulness is an important Buddhist idea that we can practice in this silence. Being fully present in the present moment and recognizing our feelings without judging them is what mindfulness is all about. As we become aware of our anger, we can begin to separate ourselves from it by realizing that it is only a temporary state and not a part of who we are. Also, when we're angry, keeping quiet keeps us from saying things we might regret later. Anger-fueled words can be like arrows that hit deep and hurt our relationships for a long time. By not saying anything, we keep the fire from getting worse and give ourselves time to react with kindness and understanding after we have cooled down. Buddhist lessons also stress how important it is to be kind to others and to ourselves. By keeping quiet when we're mad, we give ourselves a chance to be kind to ourselves, recognizing our hurt and anger without letting them take over. We also show kindness by not lashing out, which makes room for healing and closure. So, practicing silence when we're angry is a strong way to change how we respond and bring peace to our hearts. It fits with Buddhist ideas of kindness and awareness, and it can help us handle our feelings better and keep the peace in our relationships. It is possible to use anger as a chance to grow and learn by accepting silence. Lesson 2. During self-reflection. Thinking about yourself is an important part of growing as a person. It is a trip inside, a search to understand what we do, feel, and think. When our thoughts are at ease, we can connect with our essence or real selves. Silence is a good place to think about these things. Get away from everything and find a quiet place. Pay attention to your breath and close your eyes. Watch your thoughts without judging them. Look for the trends and subjects that keep coming up. As you go deeper, you may come across shades, which are parts of yourself that you have tried to avoid. Do not worry. These shadows are not enemies. They are chances to grow. Approach them with interest and kindness. In the stillness, you will learn about your skills, flaws, and goals. You will understand your way better and have the confidence to follow it. In Buddhism, meditation is often used to help people think about themselves. Meditation tells us to be still and let our feelings and thoughts come to the top without any other noise. This practice helps us become more aware of our thought and feeling habits, which helps us understand our drives, wants, and fears better. We can figure out what parts of our lives need work and change by going through this process. When we think about ourselves in silence, we can also connect with our inner knowledge. There is a lot of knowledge and wisdom inside each of us that gets lost in the noise of everyday life. By keeping quiet, we make it easier to reach this inner guidance, which helps us make choices that are more true to ourselves and in line with our values. In Buddhism, We call our real nature Buddha nature, and it can be seen when we think about ourselves in silence. This is the goodness and knowledge that we all have inside us. When we quiet our thoughts, we can see this inner side of ourselves, which helps us feel at peace with ourselves and accept ourselves as we are. Another thing that quiet does is help us face hard facts about ourselves. We often want to avoid or take our minds off of our flaws and mistakes. However, honest and brave self-reflection is needed. We can be kind to these parts of ourselves by sitting in silence and knowing that recognizing them is the first step toward making things better. Self-reflection in silence makes you more grateful. We can be grateful for the good things and lessons we have learned in life when we take the time to think about them quietly. Being thankful can change the way we see things, making us stronger and happier. So silence is an important part of self-reflection that comes from Buddhist practice. It helps us get in touch with our inner knowledge, see ourselves as we really are, and face our flaws with kindness. By accepting silence, we can learn more about ourselves and grow as people, which can lead to a happier and more educated life. Lesson 3. When listening to others. Rarely do people really listen. It's not enough to just hear the words. You also need to understand the feelings, wants, and messages that aren't being said. It's important to have quiet for deep attention in a world full of noise. Make room for silence in your mind when someone tells you a story. Don't look at your phone or watch TV. Pay attention. Listen with your heart as well as your ears. When there is silence, you can connect with someone more deeply. It helps people accept and understand each other. It helps you understand how they see things. When you are truly quiet, you can react with understanding and kindness. You can help someone without judging them. You can help people get better and give them hope. When you listen, being quiet can help avoid arguments and mistakes. When we listen without talking back or responding right away, we give ourselves time to think about what was said and give a thoughtful response. This way of talking leads to a more respectful and understanding conversation, which lowers the risk of misunderstandings and increases mutual respect. Buddhist lessons also stress how important it is to understand and care about other people. We show that we want to understand other people's points of view and experiences by remaining quiet when they speak. By making others feel heard and valued, this practice can strengthen our bonds and boost trust. We can learn and grow when we listen in silence. Every person we meet has their own unique ideas and experiences that can help us learn more about the world. By listening freely and quietly, we can learn new things and see things from different points of view, which is good for our personal and spiritual growth. Being quiet while listening to others is a great way to improve communication and make relationships better. Mindfulness, kindness, and compassion are important Buddhist ideas that help us connect more deeply with those around us. By accepting silence, we can turn hearing into a deep act of being present and understanding, which will make our lives more connected and peaceful. Lesson 4. In challenging situations. Challenges, failures, and unknowns are all a part of life. It's easy to feel stressed, worried, or even hopeless at these times. Being quiet can be very helpful when things are going badly. When you're having a hard time, stop for a moment. Stay in the present time. Pay attention to your feelings and thoughts without letting them take over. You will find insight and strength in this silence. You will find tools and talent that you didn't know you had. You'll have the strength to handle anything that comes your way. Being quiet isn't a way to avoid trouble. It's a way to find the knowledge to deal with it. It means having faith in your own strength and understanding that you are not alone. Lesson 5. In the face of criticism. Criticism can be like a sharp arrow that pierces our pride and makes us feel weak. It tests how strong and smart we are. When things like this happen, silence can be very helpful. Of course, we feel defensive when someone criticizes us. We might want to defend what we did, explain why we did it, or even lash out. Taking a moment of quiet, on the other hand, can change the mood. Instead of moving without thinking, take a deep breath and look at what's going on inside you. Do you feel hurt, mad, or ashamed? Accept these feelings without judging them. Though critics may say mean things about you, keep in mind that their words are usually a reflection of their own fears. You can get a better view of things in the silence. Is there any truth to the criticism? What can you learn from it? Or is it just the opinion of someone else? Ultimately, your own view is the only one that really counts. You can get in touch with your inner knowledge and choose your own way when you are quiet. Lesson 6. When overwhelmed. The demands of modern life can make us feel worn out, stressed, and overwhelmed. It can feel like chaos when our ideas, devices, and the world around us are always making noise. At these times, silence is a safe place to be. Get away from everything and find a quiet place to go. Pay attention to your breath and close your eyes. You don't need to do anything or worry about what other people expect of you. Do not try to change anything. You will feel your body, your feelings, and your inner peace again when there is silence. It will dawn on you that your achievements and possessions do not define you. The fact that you exist makes you a being of infinite worth. When you hear silence, remember that you can choose how to deal with problems in your life. You can let yourself be overcome, or you can find peace in the storm. Silence is not a state of being passive. Making this choice is an active exercise. When we make time for silence, we get a lot of new things into our lives. As we grow, we become more aware, caring, and strong. We find out what we're really capable of and have a more meaningful life. Remember that silence isn't a way to escape the world. It's a way to connect with it more deeply. It's about finding the still, small voice inside that leads us on the path of life. May the seeds of silence that you plant grow into a life full of joy, peace, and understanding. Put your mind on your breath to start. Take a big breath in and let the air fill your lungs. Let go of any worry or tension by slowly exhaling. With each breath, you bring yourself back to the present. Pay attention to how your body feels. Feel the ground under your feet and your body weight on the chair. Feel free to let go of any judgment or intention. Just pay attention to what's happening without judging it as good or bad. Bring your attention to your thoughts now. They might show up like clouds in the sky. Keep your distance and watch them come and go. Bring your attention back to your breath slowly. Picture a place inside you that is calm and peaceful. Bring peace and calm into this space with every breath. Let go of any bad feelings or problems with each breath. Allow this quiet inside you to fill up every part of you. You should feel a wave of peace and well-being. Take a moment to connect with the silence inside you and just be. Slowly open your eyes and bring your attention back to the room when you're ready. Don't forget that practicing quiet is a process, not a goal. When you feel stressed or exhausted, come back to this quiet place. The seeds of silence you planted today should continue to grow and thrive, giving you peace and clarity.